Drop a like if you want to unlock Dark Matter camo in Black Ops Cold War. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a in-depth guide on how to unlock Dark Matter in the fastest fashion possible, going through every single weapon category, giving you the best details for each challenge or just challenges that are specific to that gun. Of course, some of these challenges, such as long shots, are the same for all weapons, being 37 meters, so really giving you guys tips for different weapons doesn't make sense, and that will be the case for other challenges as well. Each class of weapon will be detailed out by a different member of Carnage, and with that being said, don't be a part of this 70% that watches our content consistently but is not subscribed to the Carnage channel. Hit that red subscribe button and turn notifications on to become part of the Carnage. And do note that code Carnage is currently 30% off all G Fuel energy products, so now is the time to save big or try G Fuel for the very first time. I would highly recommend it, as they have quite the selection and is by far the best energy drink on the market and helps me stay focused and on task throughout my day, keeping me energized and all that good stuff. So without further ado, again, we're going to be taking you through every class in the game, and again, some challenges will be left out depending on which weapon we are looking at, but we're going to give you tips that will be useful to grinding out Dark Matter and unlocking these challenges faster in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Guys, it's Carnage Turbo Man here, and today I'm going to help you guys get your tactical rifles gold as fast as you possibly can. So let's go ahead and take a look at an overview of all the camo challenges that you need to accomplish. So for the spray camo, this one's very straightforward. You just got to get 300 eliminations in multiplayer, and for stripes you have to get 100 headshot medals, and for the geometric camo you just need to get 50 long shot medals. For these first 4 challenges, highly advised for you to play hardcore mode and focus on the maps of Garrison and also Armada. If you camp in specific spots, which I'm going to show you later which ones to actually go to, you can also ping how far a distance is from you by pressing left on the D-pad on your controller, and it'll show you if it is within that long shot range, which is 37 meters. So for the Flora camo, you got to kill 75 enemies detected, stunned, blinded by your score streaks, equipment, or field upgrades in multiplayer. So for this one's a little confusing, but there are a couple ways that you could do this rather easily. One way is simply just calling in a UAV. As soon as the UAV is up, make sure to get as many kills as you possibly can. Then you can also run the counter UAV, and while that is up, you can get some kills, and it'll also count towards this challenge. Now, a second way to get this done is to stun your enemies. So in order to equip extra lethal and tactical equipment, you need to be running the wildcard danger close. So another third option that you can do is put down your field mic, or you can also put down the jammer. Do this in the correct locations. You got to put it in high enemy traffic area and concealed in places where enemies won't be able to see them as clearly, or else they're just going to shoot it and you're going to miss out on some easy kills. For the science camo, you have to shoot and kill enemies taking cover from you in multiplayer. Easiest way to do this is, again, focus on Armada and Garrison. Make sure that only their upper body is seen by you, and make sure they're looking directly at you, because if you see their legs sticking out or if they're looking the other way, fortunately it's not going to count as a kill. So this spot, particularly on Armada, this is a great head glitch spot where you can see a lot of enemies trying to peek through these windows. This is where you want to maintain that focus and be able to take them out. And make sure you also have a scope on your tactical rifle. It comes with it by default, but I also do recommend the Vision Tech ×2. All right, so for me personally, when I'm starting a match on Armada, I always make it my #1 priority to get to the middle of the map. And this right here is a great vantage point. Number one, you can take a look at enemies that are peeking through these windows right here. And also there are going to be enemies who are coming out of their spawn that you could still shoot while they're head glitching you at that area right there, this area right here, and then again, of course, right here. But also make sure that they are looking directly at you so those kills count. Then also, the other great reason why I do like this spot is because if you turn around, no matter what side of the spawns that flip, you still have an advantage, because all you literally have to do is just turn around and direct your attention in either direction, you know, wherever they're coming in from. And then you can also take out enemies from this angle here as well, and then take a peek over here. But also remember, if you're going to be playing hardcore, you have to make sure you're as sneaky as possible. Do not get seen. Make sure you see the enemies first, and that's the most important thing. All right, now on Garrison, this is one of the most popular spots on Garrison to be able to get those kills where enemies are taking cover from you. You're going to see them over here. The great thing is, if the spawns flip and you need to be on the other end, I will just aim down sight right here. You know, this is a very long and tedious process. You have to be very patient with it, or else you're not going to get those kills. But 100%, a lot of enemies do head glitch that box area right there, and over here as well at this box. box. All right, and one final tip that I do have to share with you guys is remember, it is a tactical rifle. It's not meant for aggressive rushing. Always want to make sure that you keep that distance between yourself and the enemy as far as possible, or else if you get too close to them, they have a higher chance of killing you if they have something like a shotgun, SMG, or an assault rifle. So always keep that in mind, and remember, patience is key. Get these challenges done, and hopefully you do get your gold as fast as you possibly can. Hopefully you did find these tips helpful.
Yo, what's up, guys? Carnage Foxy coming to you guys today, and I'm going to help you guys with the kills behind cover for the diamond camo and dark matter camo challenges. Honestly, this challenge might require you to sit back a little bit and wait for people to pop up on a head glitch. Normally, when people are running around the map and things like that, you don't really get people behind cover. So if you want to post up on a head glitch, that's perfectly fine for this challenge, because most likely you're gonna find someone else on a head glitch. When I think about the maps in Black Ops Cold War, there's 3 maps that come to my mind where the head glitches are insane, but it really helps with this challenge: Crossroads, Garrison, and Checkmate. All 3 of those maps have head glitches out the wazoo, so make sure you guys are always looking for that head glitch on those maps. There's a ton of them, so you can't miss them, and normally there's someone there 9 times out of 10. I feel like depending on the weapon, you could go either hardcore or core. For me personally, I got the Magnum done in hardcore. However, I got the tactical rifles done in core. So it just all depends on your playstyle and what you feel comfortable with.
What's up, guys? Carnage Burger here, and I'm gonna give you some quick tips on how to get your camos for the LMGs. Now, the first couple tips are not specifically LMGs. You're gonna want to run stun grenades. Obviously, stun grenades is one of the camo challenges, but for other reasons, especially for when people are behind cover, you might be able to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. If you throw a stun and they're behind cover and they peek you, you can get two camo challenges. Now, I'm also going to say Molotovs, because I think Molotovs are super underrated in every Call of Duty. I use Molotovs specifically to control where people are at. So you can throw a Molotov, to the left of a heady or to the right of a heady, and actually force them onto a heady to where you get those kills behind cover. Also, make sure you have field mic, because you can get some of your camos for using a field mic. I'm going to say use forward intel as well, because it makes your minimap a little bit bigger. And then obviously your regular perks. And also, very, very, very important, make sure you're running danger close, because danger close will give you extra lethals and tacticals. Okay, there are really only 2 score streaks that I would advise you to use when you're going for camo challenges. That would be the spy plane or the UAV, and the armor. Armor is obvious. It's just going to give you a little bit more advantage in some of your fights and allow you to actually go for, headshots or go for kills behind cover or things like that. The UAV is just going to give you more information on where players are around the map and allow you to better position yourself. Okay, so I'm in a private match, and I wanted to show you on Garrison a place where, when I think of camo challenges, so I got a bot shooting at me. When I think of camo challenges and a lot of these, head glitch spots, or just places where you can force someone into a weird position, I think of this spot right here. So if in this case, someone's pushing right here, a lot of times spawns are over there and they just push up over here. So what I would use a Molotov for is to block them from coming over. That way they sit on the heady, exactly like he did right there, and then you can kill them. And then obviously this is a really good place to throw stuns. So those are 2 real life examples of what I would do inside of an actual game.
Hey guys, Pearl Reborn here. I'm going to be giving you guys some advice on how to get gold on these submachine guns in Black Ops Cold War. Now, for the most part, it's actually relatively easy. There are a few challenges in there that are super easy to get, like flashing enemies and killing them. Same thing with spy planes and field mics. But then you rotate on to the more difficult ones, like the long shots and the one where you have to kill enemies at close range. And it only really registers it when you actually get really close to the enemy. So let's break it down. Let's go with a little bit of a strategy that you guys can run. The best map to get the long shots on, at least in my opinion, is going to be Crossroads Strike. If you watch the left or the right lane, you could probably catch an enemy or 2 off guard, or you could even try to spawn trap in their spawn and get them when they spawn off. And you could just be on the 40-meter kind of range where you're going to get that long shot kill, and then rotating over to the actual close range gunfights, getting all of those kills right up and personal in front of the enemy. You're going to want to make sure that you are holding angles and really hunkering down. You're going to want to play super campy, because you have to make sure that you're catching the enemies off guard. You might want to be in their base, so get a nice little flank going, and you definitely want to be in a doorway when somebody walks through it. Now, you can slide at people, but that is probably the most frustrating thing to do because of the slide nerfs and the fact that sliding and shooting after sliding is just a lot more difficult. So if you stand right next to a doorway and wait for somebody to pop out and aim for the head, kind of like center mass or higher up, you're going to be able to get an easy elimination and then pass through all of those challenges in due. But basically, that really is the best way to do it. You're really going to want to focus on those close range engagements, and then of course you can play Crossroads Strike, which is the one I like to play the most for submachine guns, but you can also play Cartel, that has just really long lines of sight if you really want to play on a map with just a crazy long line of sight. Anyways, we're going to be rolling into the next gun.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy KARNAGEclan, and I'm gonna be going over the snipers for this part of the video. So sniping in Black Ops Cold War is pretty difficult, especially without the right attachments, and you don't even get the right attachments until about level 52. So it's gonna be a struggle to level up and get these camos. My best advice for you guys is maybe level up the guns before going for the camos. You can level them up in zombies or Dirty Bomb. I haven't actually tried Dirty Bomb, but I've heard it's good. But the camo challenges for the snipers are pretty easy this year. I know there's quite a few people who are having trouble getting the bloodthirsties, and my best advice for that is to just camp and just try to get them as best you can. There's not really much else you can do for them, but other than that, I think you just got to get some kills until you get to around level 30, where you unlock the long shot challenges. And my best advice for the long shots is to play Miami. Miami is such an open map. There's so many spots you can get some long shots on. I'm going to throw some on screen right now. But yeah, Miami and Satellite. Satellite is also another really good map. The long shots are actually pretty difficult, especially when you get to that Barrett. The Barrett long shots are one of the most annoying things I've ever done. I'd recommend playing hardcore to get the Barrett long shots because it is just a hit marker machine until you get to level 54. You can also go play Armada Ground War. If you're just sniping across the boats, pretty much every time is going to be a long shot. You only need 50 of them, so you could probably get this done around 2, 3, maybe 4 games. But yeah, after that, you just got to get some kills holding your breath, which is also pretty easy. Just hold your breath as soon as you scope in, and you should get this done in about 1-2 games. And then all you have to do is get one-shot medals, which is also pretty easy. All you got to do is play with sniper and just get kills. And the last camo challenge is just get double kills, which is pretty easy until you use the Barrett. The Barrett, once again, is just one of the most annoying snipers to use on this game. So double kills with the Barrett. You just got to power through it. The Barrett is just not going to be a fun time. So prepare yourself. Yeah, Diamond in this game is so nice. I can't wait to see what Dark Matter looks on the snipers and the rest of the guns. So yeah, drop a like if you're grinding for Dark Matter. And yeah, I wish you guys luck. This is your boy Twyman. We're going to move on to another class.
So now let's talk a little bit about how you can get diamond camo on the shotguns here in Black Ops Cold War. If you guys weren't already aware, in this game, similar to Black Ops 4, these shotguns are secondary weapons, so that means how you are going to be getting gold camo, and more specifically diamond camo, is going to be a little bit different in this game as opposed to Modern Warfare, being that, of course, there are only 2 different shotguns in this game, one of them being a pump action and the other one being semi-automatic, so that means in turn, if you actually want to get diamond camo on the shotguns, you can't just get gold camo on the 2 shotguns. I know it would sound great, but that's of course not the case, being that you have to get gold camo on every single secondary weapon to get diamond camo on the shotguns. With that said, now let's talk a little bit about some tips that you can do so that way you can make the process a little bit easier. First and foremost, of course, if you want to unlock gold camo, you're going to need to level up that weapon, and one thing that I would personally recommend is hopping over to zombies, being that if you play zombies and you actually use the shotguns, you can level them up pretty efficiently in zombies, being that sometimes you can get between 2 to 7 levels per game, which over time definitely adds up. Secondly, if you want to be efficient when completing the challenges, I would highly recommend that you hop into hardcore mode. Now don't get me wrong, the shotguns in this game are very good, however if you hop into hardcore mode, it's just going to make the weapons a lot more consistent, overall making it easier to actually unlock the camo challenges, especially those long shots, which unfortunately you need to get long shots with the shotguns, and if you hop into hardcore mode, that's just going to be a lot easier. And another important factor when it comes to completing camo challenges for the shotguns, and that's of course the attachments that you are going to be running. Generally, your class level will vary depending on the challenge that you are going for. However, generally speaking, the attachments that are going to be extending the effective damage range of the weapon, the bullet velocity, as well as tightening up the pellet spread of the weapon are generally speaking attachments that you are going to be wanting to run.
Alright fellas, so for those that are going for the diamond pistols or any gold pistols in the game, what you're going to want to be doing is first things first, you're going to want to make sure that you're playing hardcore. I strongly disadvise playing core simply because of the fact that it takes way too long to kill somebody, and you're pretty much going to get outgunned by anyone that's using a weapon such as the MP5 or the M16. And you want to make sure if you're playing hardcore, throw a red dot on there. If you feel like you don't need one, you don't have to, but the most important attachment that you want to use on your pistols is the bullet velocity attachment. Anything that increases your bullet velocity, because there is some severe bullet travel time with this game, and the bullet velocity is going to help it guarantee so that way your weapon hits the target almost immediately. So we got some examples on screen. Hopefully this helps you guys out in getting your diamond pistols.
No room for cheaters in our meeting.
Today I'm going to give you some tips on how to complete your launchers a little bit easier. We're talking about the Sigma, the RPG, and the Thumper. Each one of these launchers come with their own challenges, and I'm going to talk about some of the most difficult ones to help you all complete these challenges just a bit easier. With all of these launchers, I would recommend running this particular class setup right here. Engineer is going to be important because this allows you to see enemy streaks that are in the air. It also allows you to see enemy equipment and field upgrades, letting you take those out as you see fit. That's part of one of the challenges. You're also going to want to run the assault box. This is going to allow you to restock your ammunition no matter what you're using. This is going to help in particular when doing those classic camouflage challenges. Getting 3 kills in a row without dying, especially with the Sigma, it can be quite annoying. The blast radius is very, very small, and you're going to end up missing a lot of the shots that you take. So having that ammo box allows you to restock your rockets multiple times, giving you many chances to hit the shot that you need to. The second piece of advice that I can give you when going for these challenges, play hardcore game modes. Having that additional damage output because you hit somebody with the blast radius rather than a straight on shot, that's going to help your sanity in the long run. Most of the kill-based challenges should be completed in hardcore modes. The blast radius from the Thumper, the blast radius from the Sigma, and the blast radius from the RPG will allow you to get those easy double kills, triple kills, and of course go on the streaks that you need to go on. Not to mention there's an equal chance to take out air support and ground streaks here. All 3 of these weapons ask you to take out ground-based streaks, air-based streaks, or vehicles in general, and that's where the game Fireteam Dirty Bomb comes into play. If you have your engineer perk equipped and you are falling from the sky via a parachute, you can bring up your scoreboard and then press the L1 or R1 button to scroll over to the minimap. From here, with Engineer, you'll be able to see every single vehicle that's currently in use and or every single streak that's on the map. This means you could simply float to the area in which you need to take out one of these streaks or simply lock onto the streak from up top with your Sigma launcher. This is going to allow you to easily take out vehicles that are in use, easily take out streaks that are on the battlefield, and of course easily complete those camo challenges. I'd also like to give you some advice on completing the combat knife challenges. That way you can earn gold camo and eventually diamond on it and the Thumper. The combat knife is required to be ranked up to 30 in order to unlock all of the camouflage challenges available for it. So like many other players, you could just jump into multiplayer and start ranking it up as you play and as you get the camo challenges done, or you could jump into zombies, rank it up to 30, and then do all of the challenges at once simultaneously while playing multiplayer. Here's my particular class setup, by the way. Running Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask is a must for me, especially if you're trying to close the gap between you and the enemy. Ninja and Ghost will allow you to stay quiet and off the radar. And Quartermaster and Gearhead will allow you to restock your equipment like smoke grenades, flashbangs, and concussions rather quickly. This also allows you to get your field upgrade a little bit easier, which I would definitely recommend using the field mic. This gives you a portable radar of sorts, and it allows you to patrol a specific area. Surprisingly, the hardest challenge for me while using the knife was the slide kills. Sliding and knifing is a little bit difficult in this game, so I would recommend having at least 2 player lengths away from the enemy before doing a slide. If you're chasing after the enemy, I would recommend letting them stop before you go for a slide, and if someone isn't paying attention, take that opportunity to get a slide kill. It's just something you're gonna want to do while you can because the sliding is so weird. You have to be committed to it, and once you start that slide, you're going in that direction until you stop. It's all going to come down to patience and persistence with the combat knife. Good luck to everybody out there getting this thing gold, and of course, good luck to your dark matter journey.